Why does self-awareness and growth feel like it's actually making everything so much worse? I'm in a season right now where the very things that used to support me feel like they're actually tormenting me. What if the very things that hurt me the most are actually showing me what I need to grow? Welcome to this episode of Feel Known and Be Known, a podcast about identity, relationships, growth, and the space between. Come join me. There is space for you in this space. Let's dive in. Why is therapy and Enneagram work so incredibly difficult? When I think about it, I realize that it's because the support systems that I had, that I put in place, they are not gone. And actually, they are my tormentors, which if you break the word down to the T-O-R, I don't know what that means. If you take that away, then you're left with mentor. And I truly believe that every pain, every tormentor is a mentor that say, hey, this area, that hurts. And you give that a little poke. Okay, that's what you need to focus on and strengthen. Oh, that area, that's a little painful. Okay, you got to reinforce over there. And so I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful for my tormentors. And that is hard to say because that is not fun. And I can be grateful and it can be painful at the same time. I can hold the tormenting in one hand and I can hold the gratitude in the other hand. But it's the body that's in between these hands, the body that is holding these hands, that can hold both of these things at the same time. It can process these concepts and live it out and move forward and heal. That is hard. So now what used to be my support system now feels like my tormentors. To the same degree that I believe tormentors can actually be my mentor. It can be that painful. Right now, I feel like my support system has been flooded. The bridge has been washed away, and I have no idea how to rebuild a bridge. I am no carpenter. I don't know how to work with wood. Those tools, those ideas are abstract to me. I don't know. I don't have those tools. I've never entered that realm of woodworking. So I don't know what I don't know. And all of a sudden I'm supposed to get through this I don't know part to the far part, which is the bridge building. Well, help me get there. Is that even possible? And historically, I've just gone ahead and built a bridge. I've made a bridge with whatever tools I could find, whether that be a pallet. Okay, that's wood. Perfect. I will staple pallets together, which, funny enough, I actually did that. I actually did that for my Airbnb. I got pallet wood and I did my own hammering, some long pieces that were approximately the right size. And guess what? It got washed away in the flood. And now, this year, once again, I'm faced with the same decision. Once again, I need a deck for my outdoor kitchen. How am I going to build this bridge? And I had the decision. Am I going to get the woodworkers, the carpenters to help me because they have the tools and they have the knowledge? Or am I going to try and muscle my own way through? How can you tell which conundrum is worth calling in the experts for? Is that something that's really worth building the bridge? Well, in the case of my life right now, yes, I do need my support systems. I do feel they've been flooded. I am a big person. I show big emotionalities. My husband, on the other hand, gets small and like curled up. Like he'll say he goes in the smallest little hole he can. I'm like, that's bizarre. That would make things so much worse. For me, I'm big. I take up the space. Both verbally, emotionally, physically. I take up space. And in doing that, I flood others. I take over their little space. I come in with such a force that that bridge is destroyed. I can see that in my life now. That the bridge has been blown away. And I don't know how to build it. So I'm left with the choice. Do I want to build it? Is it important to build it? How do I build it? And is there something that's been here that I've been missing this whole time, that this flooding is revealing to me? That's the hard part, and that's the growth part. And even just staying in this tension, in this moment of instability, that's what it feels like. It literally feels like I am taking my rubber boots and I'm getting waterlogged with water and I can't go. But the only way to get out of it is to go through it. And going through it really is tough. It's almost like parenting. And for those of you who are parents will know what I'm talking about. You can say, I know being a parent is worth it. I know I am raising the next generation leaders. So you hold that in the one hand. In the other hand, you hold, this is incredibly difficult. This is incredibly challenging. The sleepless nights for years, the millions of snacks you provide, the constant needs and demands all the time. That's difficult. But I no longer have the luxury of choosing to not be a parent. I am a parent. My choice now is how well will I parent? And I almost see therapy or self-growth, Enneagram work is the same thing. I've entered the therapy realm. I've entered the healing realm. And I don't have a choice to cop out. That's not an option. I don't have that luxury of choice anymore. This is where I am. And the only way to get to the other side is to go through it. And on the other side, what is the other side? Well, for me, I think the other side is healing. It's presence. It's being able to be present and absorb, but not be absorbed. It's easy to just sit and not be angry and raged, not put my anger forth as that, this is my boundary. But for me to sit back and say, this is my boundary. And owning my own responsibilities, owning my own hurt, my own choices, my own growth. That is what's on the other side of the therapy. But it's really hard to see that when my rubber boots are getting filled with the flood and I can't even lift my foot. And then the wave comes and smacks me in the face and now I can't see. And my clothes are drenched and everything feels off and uncomfortable. That's a part of it. And in reality, this may be a 3-second flooding situation. But it feels like forever when you're in the moment, doesn't it? It really is tough. And I think even just knowing that there is greaterness outside of this. There is the other side. There is growth. There is a destination. And I believe the true destination is oneness, wholeness with God in all his beauty and its glory and its presence, and just delighting in his presence, just delighting in being present. And although I think we can get to a certain point on this earth, I don't believe we can reach that full manifestation this side of glory. I think when we're on the other side of glory, that's what we'll be. And so whether or not you are religious or you believe in God or you believe in the spirit realm or mysticism, or that's all too iffy for you, that's okay. And I want you to know too, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not true. That just means you don't know about it, just like I am not a carpenter. I don't know the names of the tools, and I wouldn't even recognize them because I haven't reached that realm of woodworking. Do you know what I mean? And for me to build a powerful bridge, I need to know that realm, but I haven't stepped in. And I think if you don't entertain, if you just shut that off, close it, back away, turn the other way, I think there's something really important you could be missing. I believe God created the whole entire universe. I'm just starting to read the book, The Universe of Christ by Richard Rohr. And for the first 2 chapters I've read, he kind of gives this analogy of Christ in all. So Christ is in all is in Christ. And I just love that. Because without Christ, without God, there is none of this. So even the really, really painful parts of this life, so, a mother-in-law dying, suddenly, you know what? I can see Christ in that. I can see Christ's hurt. I can see Christ's love. Because to love someone deeply is to grieve someone deeply. Or you could look at it the other way. To grieve deeply is to have loved deeply. You see? Christ is in that. Christ is in the suffering. Not like he wants you to suffer, but sometimes, and I don't think our finite, our blocked minds can fully comprehend this, and that's not the goal of this podcast. But sometimes our suffering helps us to see Christ. And that is my hope and prayer for all of us, that we can see Christ with us. We can see the pain. We can see the lack of repair or progress of repair. We get to choose where to turn our heads and look. We often tend to look down. Oh, my boots are flooding. But what if we take our hands and we physically lift our heads up and see, oh, there's the helicopter coming to save us. I didn't even hear it because the waves are so loud. I didn't even see it because I'm looking down. I didn't even smell it because all I can smell is my wet, nasty, seaweedy hair. So what if we look up and above all that we see Christ? The universe is so much bigger than us, so much bigger than me getting stuck in a little mud puddle. There's something so much bigger. And yes, the only way to get to the other side may be to go through it. But God's grace is sufficient to get me through it. And he can definitely get you through it too. So if this resonated with you, let me know. Let me know what part you're stuck on. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you on the next episode of Feel Known and Be Known.